Welcome back to the Cossy channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal very close to completing their fourth signing of the summer. Fabrizio Romano has just confirmed that a deal between 20 to 25 million is very, very close, and Arsenal will confirm the signing of Christian Mosca very, very soon. Fabrizio has also been talking about Rodrigo, and he has said Arsenal now are waiting for Rodrigo to send in his transfer request to Real Madrid and ask them to let him go. He's got the power. Arsenal are waiting for Rodrigo. The moment he does that, they will be able to pounce and go and sign him. Also, we'll be talking about the ultimatum and Madueke. Fabrizio has talked about Madueke, and he says the situation between Chelsea and Arsenal is still very, very calm. Arsenal have Madueke discussed internally, but they have not approached Chelsea. They have not made any bids for Madueke. He's one of the players that are well respected inside Arsenal, and don't be shocked if Arsenal make a shocking bid for Madueke in the future. But at the moment, he's being discussed internally. We talk about Noni Madu. Is he an upgrade on Martinelli? Is he better than the likes of Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho? The Arsenal fans are saying, no, don't give me Sancho, don't give me Rashford. Is Noni Madu any better than these guys? We shall be discussing. Let me know in the comment box below what you think about Noni Madu. It's a complicated move, because I look at Martinelli and look at Trossard. I'm like, if Arsenal are looking to upgrade, then is Noni Madu that guy? If Chelsea are going out there and they've signed Joao Pedro, not Joao Pedro, they've signed Pedro from Wolves, they've signed Gittens from Borussia Dortmund. That tells you they're looking to level up, they're looking to upgrade on their forward line. So why are we taking players that are being regarded as downgrades at Chelsea? But we'll discuss that and more on this episode of the Cossy Arsenal transfers. Let's start off with Fabrizio Romano's update on the Christian Mosca deal. Arsenal are now very, very close to signing Christian Mosca, and it is now confirmed Christian Mosca is going to be Arsenal's fourth signing of the summer. He will arrive at Arsenal before a centre forward, before Sesko, before Gyökeres, and before any other players will be signed. Christian Mosca deal is very, very close. Now, Fabrizio says that a first bid, yes, was actually sent in, but it was below 17 million euros. What Arsenal were trying to do, they're trying to establish real contact with Valencia. Talks were already ongoing about the structure, about what Valencia want, about what Arsenal are willing to pay, but Arsenal made their initial offer, their initial bid, to try and establish contact, real contact, official contact to Valencia that, hey, we are serious. Yes, Leipzig are there, Leverkusen are there, but we are the most serious team. We want this guy, and we are willing to do whatever it takes to take his services at the Emirates Stadium. So the first bid was below 70 million euros. Arsenal, according to Fabrizio, are willing to offer 25 million euros for Christian Mosca. And Fabrizio says that at the moment, Valencia are on the same page with Arsenal. It's just that Arsenal want to take their time in order to get the best deal. Arsenal don't want to pay a lot of money for Christian Mosca. They know his contract is running down. They know Valencia will be desperate at some point in time, right? So what Arsenal want to make sure is that whatever happens, we don't overpay on this deal. But it is very close. Arsenal's second bid should be launched next week. Fabrizio expects it to come in next week. And after that, an agreement will be struck between the two clubs for the signing of Christian Mosca. It's a very, very, very deal. It's a very, very confirmed deal. It will happen. Personal terms have been agreed. This is confirmation from Fabrizio as well. Arsenal have that confirmation. Personal terms already agreed. The players given the green light to join us. There is nothing problematic on Arsenal's end with the player, and there shouldn't be anything problematic on Arsenal's end with Valencia. What Valencia are literally saying, we don't want to be stepped on. Yes, he's leaving and he's left with 12 months on his contract, but we don't want to be stepped on in these negotiations. If you're going to give us some money, give us good money. Give us money like you actually damn mean it, right? So Arsenal 25 to 25 million euros is agreeable. That is okay with with Valencia. 19 million pounds. that's okay. And I think this deal is going to be wrapped up sooner rather than later. We'll talk more about Mosquera when the deal happens, but I've told you much of the things that you need to know. He's coming in as a backup for William Saliba. Well, there is talk that William Saliba's contract negotiations are actually stalling. Gabriel Magalhaes has extended, Lewis Kelly has extended, Noni has extended, Saka has extended, and a couple of other players as well have actually extended their deals. And there is concern that because Madrid came knocking on the door this summer, maybe the camp of Saliba saying, let's wait one more year and see if this Arsenal project is going somewhere, then we actually renew. If Arsenal are still stuck and we're not doing good deals and we're not winning enemy just overwhere, maybe we move on to Madrid and actually save the career of the player. But I actually don't believe this. I think Andrea Bata has a lot of things to do. He has a lot of work to do. And him just being there and deciding on which deals to do first is already a lot of work. So he's done the Skelly and the Gabriel Magalhaes deal. I mean, Saliba not being done by now in terms of extension, it doesn't mean that he won't be extended. It doesn't mean that his deal is not being worked on. It's just that we've got a lot. We have incomings to work on and then contract negotiations. I think he has worked on the easy ones first. Gabriel wants to stay at Arsenal 100%. Skelly wants to stay at Arsenal 100%. Noni, Saka, all those players wanted to stay at Arsenal 100%. With William Saliba, it's a little bit different, right? This is a player that is really regarded as one of the world's best defenders. So if you really want to keep him, negotiations are really going to take some time. So Christian Mosquera, I want to believe that he comes in as a backup to William Saliba and not a potential option to allow Arsenal sell Saliba for the future. For that, for now, that's what we know. But if anything changes, I'll definitely let you know. Now, Fabrizio Romano has been talking about the Rodrigo situation on his YouTube channel and also on his Twitter page. You can go and find the information. And he has given us quite an update. He's talked about the chances Arsenal have about to sign Rodrigo and what could be the possibility. And he says, at the moment, Rodrigo has to put in a transfer request to Real Madrid. He has the power to tell Real Madrid, I want to go. Let me go. I'm not happy at the club. I'm not happy playing on the right wing. I want to play on the left wing. And on the left wing, there is Vinicius Junior, there is Kylian Mbappe. You've signed a couple of other players as well. I want to be going. There are rumors that he is unhappy at Real Madrid, but these rumors are actually not confirmed in any way, shape, or form, right? So for him to actually confirm that he's unhappy at Madrid and he wants to go, he's got to go and tell Madrid, let me go. So in the past few days, while Madrid were playing in the Club World Cup, he has only played once, right? And he started on the right wing. Then the other two games, he actually didn't play. And in their recent game against Salzburg, he didn't feature. And this is sparking so much conversations about Rodrigo's future. Has been decided. He's going to be leaving, take care of Arsenal, all that and more. But what I want to say when it comes to Rodrigo, this is a player that reminds me of Saka. These are players that love their club. You would offer Saka 100 million and he would stay at Arsenal. You'd offer Saka 200 million and he would stay at Arsenal. Rodrigo is like that. Rodrigo is a big Madrid diehard. He's a player that understands Madrid. He's a player that loves Madrid. He's a player that literally breathes. He exists for Real Madrid. We know that he turned down big projects. We know that he turned down big clubs, including Barcelona, just waiting for Real Madrid way back in Brazil. So it's not going to be easy for such a player and his family too. His father, his mother, his family are Real Madrid through and through, right? Down in South America, in Brazil, it's two clubs, right? You're either Barcelona or you're Madrid. Now, Rodrigo is the Madrid type. Now, this doesn't mean Arsenal can't do the deal, and this doesn't mean that Arsenal can't wait and get him. But the question is, are we really on the right project? Are we really on the right deal, right? Because you might wait for a player and the deal doesn't happen. You might wait and wait and wait, and then in August, he says, I am going to stay at Real Madrid. And then we have wasted a whole summer, and then we have to sign another, super duplicate left winger to actually, fill in, right? So what Arsenal want this summer is very, very clear, right? Very clear. We want to sign a left winger who is an upgrade on Gabriel Martinelli and Leo Trossard. If that is Rodrigo, well and good. If that is going to happen, well and good. But if Rodrigo is going to make us wait and play the waiting game and then eventually dump us to stay at Madrid, I think Arsenal need to set an ultimatum, right? We need to tell the Rodrigo, come. We want your player. We are willing to give him the wages that he wants. We are willing to give him the position on the pitch that he's actually asking for on two conditions. One, he signs before the beginning of the season, right? That's number one. He has to be here. He has to be here before the beginning of the season. Talk to Madrid, make your stance clear, and make your priorities and wishes very clear. Do you want to stay at Madrid? If you want to stay at Madrid, what are the conditions? And are Madrid willing to meet the conditions that the player is going to set? If that happens, and Madrid, say, we want to keep the player, we're going to give him the left wing, and maybe sacrifice Vinicius Jr., then 100% Arsenal walk away. Or Madrid will say, we have Vinicius, we can't keep you, go to Arsenal, then Arsenal will negotiate with Real Madrid. And I think Arsenal have already set that ultimatum. The ultimatum is the Eberechi as a deal. Fabrizio today has said that Arsenal are discussing many options internally this week, right? This week, Arsenal have been discussing a couple of options internally. We've been talking Eze, we've been talking Rodrigos, we've been talking Noni Madu. This is to show Rodrigos' camp that you're not the only player on the list, and we can move on at any time to another player. Arsenal are a big club, we are a big project, and we are bigger than Rodrigo. Honestly, if Arsenal didn't sign Rodrigo today, it's not the end of the club, really. No, it's not, right? But if we signed Rodrigo, it would actually add a lot of quality, really a lot of quality. So what I'm thinking here is that Arsenal have to set an ultimatum, and we have done that by talking to Eze's management and making that public. I don't think that this news is leaking without purpose. Arsenal are trying to show Rodrigo that we are talking to Eze, by the way. We are talking to Kudus, by the way. We are talking to West Ham, by the way. We are inquiring about the prices of other players. So if you're going to sign for us, make your mind up, and make your mind up very, very quick. So the Eze ultimatum could be that if Arsenal don't get Rodrigo after signing a centre forward, then Arsenal will move to activate the Eberechi Eze position. And I'm okay with that. This shows seriousness. This shows that Arsenal are not messing about. This shows that we are not willing to spoil our summer for any player. And that is the beauty of someone like Andre Bata. Because what Andre Bata has done, he has come into this Arsenal team and he has set our priorities very, very clearly, right? We have to sign a left winger. Whether it is Rodrigo or not, we shall get a player. Forget last summer where Edu wanted to sign a centre forward. He looked at Shesko, failed to get Shesko, and walked away. It was an embarrassment, a typical embarrassment. Fabrizio has talked about Noni Madu, and he has actually clarified the stance on Noni Madu. He has said there is no bid or club-to-club talks between Arsenal and Chelsea for Noni Madu. However, Noni Madu is a player that has been added onto Arsenal's list and discussed this week, right? Arsenal have been talking about Noni Madu and a deal can be done. But Arsenal have not yet ascertained how much it's going to take for us to get the deal done. Maybe 70 million, maybe 60 million, maybe 50 million. So where we are on Noni Madu at the moment, Arsenal are 100% interested. Only internal talks at Arsenal have been held to determine whether Madueke is better than the other targets. No talks to Chelsea, no talks with Noni Madueke yet. Now, for me, Noni Madueke, I'm sorry to say this, but Noni Madueke is just like Garnacho. He's just like Rashford. He's like Sancho. These are players that you might find him move from one big club to another, right? Like he comes from PSV. Did Madueke come from PSV or Feyenoord? I think PSV or Feyenoord, one of the two, right? He comes from PSV and then goes to Chelsea, and then he finds himself at Arsenal, and then somehow he finds himself at Juventus. But these, for me, are not the players Arsenal are looking for. We are looking at an upgrade to Gabriel Martinelli. We're looking at players that can give us 16 goals and maybe 14 assists in a season. That is not Noni Madueke. And most importantly, why would Arsenal think that it is okay for us to go for a player that Chelsea are throwing away? Chelsea want to bolster their options, and they're throwing away Noni Madueke. And we want to pounce on that? Come on, Arsenal. Do not disappoint me. Come on. Really? Come on. Hit the like button. See you soon.